perfect 10. Well, that's what she's aiming for, Frankie Jones, the Welsh Olympic hopeful. She's a rhythmic gymnast, and I'm pleased to say she joins us this morning. Frankie, very good morning to you.
Hello.
How are you? Now then, the countdown to the opening ceremony, 31 days, 11 hours and 14 minutes. It's nearly here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very close now.
When do you actually start? I mean, the opening ceremony, the gymnastics and the athletics take a little bit longer to come on board, come on stream, don't they?
Yeah, my competition isn't actually until the 9th and 10th of August, so it's quite near the end.
Yeah. Then it's been a good month so far. Where have you been and what have you won?
I did the Welsh Championships and the English Championships, and I won the Welsh and then got the highest scores at the English. And then the next weekend I went to Romania and I managed to win a competition there, which was quite good. So.
That's not bad, is it? A gold medal in Bucharest. Now then, can you? I've been watching some of your videos today. It's pretty remarkable, Frankie, because you have to combine so many different elements in this. It's not, running or jumping. You've got so many elements to make this work. It's all choreographed and routined. How do you describe the sport that you're involved in?
It's just like a mixture of dance and gymnastics together. Then you've got like our phrases on top of that. So it's kind of coordinating everything together and trying to make it look graceful and easy.
And you certainly do. You make it look extremely easy. I was just looking at you work with a big orange ball in one of the videos I've just been watching there. I mean, it's remarkable. You look Premier League standard.
I doubt that very much.
But you're throwing it up in the air, you're catching it, you're so many. Who choreographs those routines? Is that down to you, or do you have a team who helps put that together?
Yeah, I've got several different coaches that help put the routine together, and then we just adapt it as you go along to make it as good as possible to the music and everything.
And the competition from around the world, who are the other good, rhythmic gymnastic people? Is it still the Eastern Bloc? Is it the Chinese?
Yeah, Eastern European are very, very strong. Russia, Belarus, Bulgaria, all those are amazing to watch. So they'd be the best competitors.
So they put the hours in. I expect you do too. What's your training regime like? What sort of how many hours a day are we talking about at the moment?
At least 6, 7 every day, and then I usually get one day off a week unless I've got competition on it. So it's been quite busy at the moment.
It's a typical day. I know we're interrupting your routine today, Frankie, but what's a typical day for you? What time do you get up?
I get up about 8 and in the gym for about 9, half 9, and then just there all day.
Doing the same routine, or do you? I mean, exercising then working on the routine. How do you plan it out? Because you don't want to peak too early, do you? With still some time to go till August.
Yeah, well, there's actually 4 routines, so there's time to spend on each one, and then there's strength and fitness to do as well.
So the 4 different routines you're working on, what are they? Tell me the categories.
Hoop, ball, clubs, and ribbon.
Right. And then do they each individually count for a separate medal event, or is it just one competition for all of those involved?
Usually you do, the first day would be overall medal, and then you'd qualify for the finals in each apparatus, and then you get a medal for each of them. But at the Olympics, there's only one for overall, so you qualify just to do them all 4 again, and the scores get added again.
Wow. How are you feeling?
A mixture of excited and nervous, to be honest.
Yeah, because we were talking a little bit earlier to a researcher from Bangor University about coping with those stressful situations when you're under pressure. We were talking about the England football team and the penalties on Sunday,
Yeah.
What about you? Do you have a routine? Because it's great to be performing in Britain, isn't it? Because you're going to have all the support. The other thing is, though, that everybody there is going to be rooting for you, and all eyes are going to be. I'm not trying to make this worse here, by the way. I'm just pointing out the obvious. How do you cope with that pressure? Do you have a special routine? Can you zone it out?
Yeah, I go very into myself in competitions. Got set things that I do before I go on and things, and I'm quite robotical about how I think about it, so it doesn't affect me as much. But I always think the crowd helps you. If you're in your own crowd, it just gives a better atmosphere. So I like it when there's a bigger crowd for you.
Yeah. Other things that have come into your life then, since you've become recognised as being one of our finest, is the statue at Heathrow Airport, the Promise, which has you in a pose from the rhythmic gymnastic routine, which is fantastic. It's a beautiful piece of art, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so, it was such a shock to me. I didn't know that it was going to be done until it was already done, and then they rang me up and said, do you want to come to the opening? And I was like, oh my goodness, yes. It's such an honour that this artist has thought of me as something like that. So I was just quite honoured to be involved with that. And
they've really caught you sort of mid-routine, because you're like an elastic band, aren't you? I've just seen some of the routines here. I mean, it's extraordinary. How long have you been doing this? All of your life?
Pretty much. I did start off in artistic gymnastics, the on beam and bars that more people tend to know about.
Yes.
And then I switched over when I was about 9. So I've been doing it like at least 12 years. So it's quite a long portion of my life.
Yeah, well, a couple of weeks to go then before you have the biggest stage of your life. Getting prepared for that, not just getting the routine right. What about the atmosphere? Have you been to the place where they're going to hold your particular event yet to see what it's like?
No, I haven't, because our test event was at a different venue. So I think we only get to go in there for one training session before. So it's quite important, that training session.
Yeah. Well, we wish you all the very, very best. Now then, you're living in Northampton at the moment, aren't you?
Yeah, I usually stay with my sister in Nuneaton at the moment because it's close to the gym.
All right. But the family, what, Pontypool, Torvine sort of area?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I mean, we'll all be rooting for you. Anybody you want to say hello to in that part of the world?
Just all of my dad's family live there.
Yeah. Well, they'll be right on your side, and so will we as well. Frankie, the rest of the day then, so it's about 6 minutes to 10 o'clock. What will you be doing now? Straight back to the gym?
Yeah, I was a bit late, so...
Sorry? Oh, sorry. Okay.
Started quickly.
Right, well, you better go then. We don't need you not to get a medal because I've held you up. Lovely to speak to you, Frankie.
You too. Thank you.
Yeah, God bless. Bye-bye. So that was Frankie Jones. She is a Welsh rhythmic gymnast. If you are anywhere near a computer, can I just say, just pop in her name and look for some of the videos associated with her routines. They are truly remarkable. Just seeing the lady warm up is mind-boggling. Obviously, she has dedicated herself to her art and to her sport. We wish her all the very best, and of course, we'll keep you right up to date with how she gets on over the next couple of weeks as we get ready for the Olympics.